This is Mayday Underground Crafts Plus Art, and it is Rochester's biggest and longest running indie art show. Yeah, it's our 15th anniversary.
Cool.
15 years of handmade art. It is mostly local artists to Rochester. We do get folks from Buffalo and Syracuse area, sometimes from downstate by like Ithaca. We even have folks come in from out of state like Ohio and Pennsylvania. We had one year we had someone from Canada, but they never came back because it was too hard to cross the border, I guess. And I think one time we had someone come all the way up from Louisiana. My favorite thing about the show is just seeing all the people come together. I have this joke that I'm the facilitator, you know? I'm just happy that I can create this space. There's a moment every show where I'm kind of like up in the balcony and I look down and I'm like getting a drink or a snack and I gotta take it all in and it feels like, I have arrived. Like, this is what it's about, like the vibe, and I'm getting emotional because it's been 15 years and, you know, it's our last show here at the Village Gate, but we're gonna keep going. I figure if I started it in a basement 15 years ago and got it here, I can start it anywhere and get it to work. It's so cool. I feel like a proud art show mama every time I see one of them like having a really like a personal or a business success. We have so many artists here who have started here and done bigger things after. There's a lady who was at the very first show in the crappy basement building and now owns two really successful boutiques, really like niche, you know, but she said that she was able to do that after seeing the response to the show. Every time I see somebody succeed, I share it on the page, like my babies! And it is. I had the show before I had children, so this is like my original baby, and it's a teenager now. And it's, you know, it's work, but it's work I enjoy, and I love being around the people. Like I said, just the moments, you know, you have the moments of connection. I think that handmade in general, I think has the vibe of, you know, people, they're meeting the person that like generated this thing out of nothing. You know, you just make things out of nothing and then they want it. People always find new ways to just kind of astound me with their work, and it's great. It's great to be able to experience that, and it kind of feels like a privilege, you know, like an inside, I'm getting like the inside look at, you know, what the scene is like. As if I try to keep the space, like, you know, the booth space affordable, because a lot of new artists starting out, it's a big expense to like start an art business and not know if it's gonna make it or not. So I want the booth fee to be low enough that, you know, fresh baby artists look at this and go like, you know, this is a possibility. Like, I can probably swing this, I can make this work. That's important to me. I want it to be accessible. I think art should be accessible to people. I think a lot of art shows, especially the bigger ones, tend to have kind of a clique, you know, this is what we are and this is what we're gonna do, and it's kind of like an elite, like it's hard to get in. Some shows do have the same artists every time, like you're locked into your booth if you're there, you know, and I think that's not necessarily healthy. I think it gets stagnant. I think you should always want to see what's new and interesting and exciting. My husband actually had asked me when I was going to stop, you know, how long do you think you can do this? And I said, until I can't. And at the end of the day, I'm exhausted. And I feel like I've been beaten with a sack of oranges for like 10 hours. I can't walk the next day, and I'm just so happy. I get to the end of the day and I'm like, especially, there's always like a moment where I'm like, is anybody coming? It's been 15 years and I still have that panic, like nobody's gonna come. Nobody's gonna sell anything. It's gonna be the worst Mayday ever. And it's never happened. No one's ever said like, wow, this is just garbage. This is just a dumpster fire of a show. I'll never be back. No one has ever said that to me, but I expect it. Like, it's so much bigger than I ever thought it would be. And the Rochester has been just a great supportive community, and you know, I couldn't do it if the community didn't come out to meet the artist and buy the stuff, and I couldn't do it if the artist didn't keep applying and wanting to do it. So it works, you know? It's bigger than anything I ever could have imagined.